So it is November the 8th, 2022, and we're looking at the moon rising in the northeast of Montreal. I'm not juxtaposing any landmarks because there's nothing really interesting. The moon is actually a bit brighter than what I'm seeing with the unaided eye, but the sky is actually a lot darker. Like, it's a very dark gray on the screen, whereas what I'm seeing is sort of a medium gray. But if I expose for the sky, the moon will wash out. If anything, I could, decrease the exposure a little bit to get a bit more, get the moon a little darker. In fact, I think I will do that. I think I will increase the shutter speed there. So I just went from a 25th of a second to a 30th. That's bringing the moon closer to what I'm seeing. But it is still, I'd say, a little brighter and certainly more yellow. What I'm looking at is sort of a orange, peach color moon, whereas on the screen here it's more yellow. Looking around, I don't see much else to point the camera at. So anyhow, we shall see. Maybe tomorrow the moon will come up in a slightly different position, either somewhat further north or somewhat further south. I'm not sure which. So I may be able to get interesting alignment with, the Five Roses flower building, or perhaps the Montreal Market Tower or something like that. Looking at the Montreal Skyline from here, it looks quite impressive. Sort of basking in the afterglow of the sunset. I might even swing the camera over and have a look, because this isn't terribly interesting, really. So let's bring the camera over to the skyline, and we shall just adjust the horizon a bit, and then I guess we'll adjust the exposure. So we gotta bring the ISO up a little. So now we're at 1600 ISO. We're looking at a segment of the skyline, certainly not all of it. Maybe a third of what's and just thinking here, the exposure could actually be a little more, so I'm going to bring the ISO up to 2000. Okay, that's closer to what I'm seeing. Again, the sky is significantly darker than what I'm seeing. It's more of a medium gray that I'm seeing, but the buildings are about right. So yeah, at this time of year, with the sun setting further south, we do get this reflection off the glass of the buildings. So the building at the far right, the dark building, is Plaza Victoria. Then we see a Deloitte building. Then the building with the red neon light at the top, that's the Chateau Champlain Hotel, but it's hidden behind other buildings. Then behind the Chateau Champlain, that sort of milk carton building, is Mille de la Gauchetière. The building with the Canadiens logo on it, I'm not sure exactly what building it is, but it's close to the Bell Center. And then the building to the left with the mast, that was the IBM Tower. I don't know if it's still the IBM Tower, but for a long time it certainly was the IBM Tower. The other ones, I don't have any particular names. If I pan to the left, I'll probably see some other interesting Montreal buildings. Let's see. Okay, so there's the CIBC Tower. The tall building jutting up there on the left. That's the Canadian Imperial Place Marie in the background, and Place Marie has its searchlight over there. You can see it rotating. I'll just raise the angle a bit so we see more of the searchlight as it goes around. And looks like there's an aircraft going through the background there. For some reason I'm not seeing the... Oh, there we go. So that was the searchlight once pass. There's actually 4. It's like a... Yeah, so there's another one. Excuse me. I'm sleep deprived here. Okay, so exposure is maybe a little on the underside, especially in terms of the sky. I could bring it up a notch. We're already at 2000 ISO. And looking around, oh, I see Jupiter. Jupiter off to my right. The moon, of course. It's quite a nice scene, actually. Everything's sort of spread apart. The moon and Jupiter, a couple of hand spans apart. The moon and the city skyline are a hand span apart.
It's a beautiful day for a photo, huh?
Yeah, and video. You're gonna your voice will be heard on YouTube.
Sorry?
Said your voice will be heard on YouTube.
Nice.
I don't mind. Yeah, you don't mind. I don't mind. You know, it's a beautiful scene. I was just saying what a nice scene it was.
It's an El Niño season.
El Niño?
Right? El Niño season. So we're having a regular winters.
Yeah, we're definitely having
We have to embrace the last 2 Halloweens of snow.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember Valerie canceling.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Good talking to you. See you later. So this guy was commenting on how beautiful the scene was at the same time I was. So let's bring up the ISO a bit. And I'll notch the shutter speed down a bit. And we got a lamp post there, so that's not terribly interesting. Bring down the camera angle a bit to the right. So this is quite nice. I'm not going to take any stills. We're just messing around here. I really had been hoping to catch the rest of the line, but we'll just pan right here. So we got the CIBC going again with the IBM Tower. Perhaps right. Down there's the Five Roses Tower, or it's not even a tower, it's a factory, and right now the exposure is such that the neon sign is pretty much properly exposed, although it's actually a little over. It may be hidden behind part of the building. But let's see, let's bring the ISO up so we can see the scenery. So now we're at 6400 ISO, which is quite high. I'm seeing a lot of noise on the screen here. But we can see the building, we can see the neon light. However, it's now quite a bit brighter. Like I'm looking at a solid red, and the light looks like a solid red color, and it definitely doesn't look like that in the video. And we'll keep flashing lights on high tension wire towers are pretty well directly below the moon. If I pan upwards, we will see the moon again. So I guess I might as well do that. So we'll pan up and we'll see the moon. There it is, but totally washed out. Totally washed out. I'm gonna have to bring that short. Oops, almost lost the camera there. Good. I almost had a camera go crashing off my shoulder. So we're stopping down in terms of ISO. Right down to, that's 320. A little on the bright side, but pretty close to what I'm seeing. I bring it down to a 250 ISO. It's anything maybe slightly darker than I'm seeing. And what else can we do? Not much, to be honest. Pointing the camera that way. Oh, I see the Champlain Bridge. Yeah, I suppose it might be worth having a look at the Champlain Bridge. So, is that it? Yeah, I think that's the Champlain Bridge, but we're obviously going to have to raise the ISO quite a bit to get some, what's going on here. I think I've raised the ISO a lot, and I see no change. Very strange. I don't know what happened there. Okay, well, on that note, since the ISO is, okay, wow, incredible. Went all the way up to 64 before I got any significant change in what I could see on the screen. Yeah. So 6400 ISO, F8, 22nd shutter speed. That's the Champlain Bridge. Samuel de Champlain Bridge. And if we pan further right, we'll see an interesting building. Where is it? There it is. Well, that's quite nice with the reflection on the building there. So we see this building here, an industrial building with a pink house on top. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so now this is like really noisy. This is strange. I guess I'm using a D800. I thought I was using my other camera, but no, this is a D800, which would explain a thing or two. But yeah, this building is quite nice, and I've got some nice sunrise and moonrise alignments with this building. I was hoping the moon would come up to get an alignment. Not from this angle, but I thought it might get an alignment, but it was much further north than I was expecting. So I guess on that note we can wrap this up, because there's really not much else to do photo-wise, video-wise, and getting cold. I haven't had supper yet, so I think